Hello everybody, this is your fifth tutorial. Today we're gonna cover modeling. Last tutorial we covered how you can make a topography model and we made this model out of it. So let's get into it and let's draw a floor plan for you so you can start modeling picture frame. So you know how to import image pictures. I just downloaded the floor plan for our site and I'm gonna just place it somewhere. It doesn't matter at this point. I need to just make sure that it is placed in the correct layer. I'm gonna make a sub layer here, name it floor plan. And I'm gonna make a bunch as well. Topo, activate all. So I'm gonna remove topo from this layer to its sub layer, move the floor plan to its own sub layer. Now I'm gonna go to top view, move my floor plan to where it belongs. I'm just eyeballing it at this moment. It doesn't really matter. And right now I need to turn off the layers that I don't want to see, like the topography, parking lots. I only need my building to be activated so I can change the size of my lines that I already made on the previous um, tutorial. So this is too big, this is not what we want. I'm gonna use a scale command to rescale the picture that I moved here. This is just eyeballing at this moment to get to a close point, and then I will zoom in to make it more accurate. Okay, I'm moving it to the lines that I previously drew. Yeah, and rotate it to make sure that it is aligned with my line. And now scale it again. It seems to be correct. Okay, let's just scale it. Down. Okay, this seems to be fairly accurate, but let me show you the correct way of doing it as well to make sure that our scale is correct at the first. So I'm gonna just duplicate. No, let's actually resize this. We taught you how to use a scale here, so let's do it and see how accurate we were at the first time. So there are a couple of ways to do it. Actually, let's just measure the distance. If it's 4 meter, then we drew everything correct. This is approximately 4 meter. You can see it. It says 4.04, but let's make sure that it is accurate. So let's resize it again, the picture. And I'm gonna grab from this point to this point and type 4. Now I have to move it. Okay, this is approximately 4 meter. It is fairly close to what we drew first, but for the sake of assignment and make sure that we don't have to change anything in our topography model that we made before, I'm gonna just go with the measurements that I already made. So I'm gonna rescale what I have here to make it fit the model, the picture to fit my model. So it is kind of fit at the moment, and this is also close. Everything seems to be close. The foundation, the details seems to be quite accurate. Okay, So let's trace it now that we have everything that we want. This one seems to be fairly close, so let's just start with this one. We can think of the other one how we want to do it. So okay, let's make a new layer, visitor center. Want everything to be happening there. We want to lock our reference, and okay, let's measure the thickness of our walls. There are two ways to do it. You can either just come here to analyze and distance. It should be 0. Yeah, 15. Yep, and this wall should be approximately 0.2. Yeah. So we already know the thickness of our walls, what we need it to look like. It's just a matter of tracing and rescaling it to fit the place. So, okay, I'm gonna slightly change this line to make it accurate. Seems to be accurate enough now. Okay, so I'm going to use offset command to make it easier for myself. 0.15 was the thickness of these walls that we already told you, so let's go with that. My OSnap is activated already, perpendicular is clicked, so I'm trying to make all of these walls. This is glazing, as you know, because the middle line in here, it shows that this is a glazing. So I'm trying to mimic everything as the way that I can see here. You have a bunch of openings here. We can double check everything later. I'm just trying to quickly sketch our floor plan. We need to resize these walls later. Let's make it more accurate. I don't need this line. Okay. This is way off, but we need to trim it later. It doesn't matter at this point. Even this line, it seems to be off by itself. It shouldn't look like this, so okay. Now that okay, we need to lock this line as well so we don't move it around. Okay, it seems to be good. Okay, now let's select this line and split it with these lines because the rest of the model here seems to be glazing. So I'm gonna type a split command, use this small lines that I made, just the two ends. I don't need to split it there right now. So I just split it holding control to deselect the mid part that it already split it. I'm gonna select this line and type offset again And this time I'm gonna type 0.125. It should jump into the middle. Oh no, it was okay. We need to do it like this to, yep, to make the middle part. Okay, so I'm gonna click this line and this line, deselect this line, hit join to make it a closed curve. So we just made our glazing for our floor plan. Now let's make the inner walls, interior walls. So let's interior walls, make a new layer, name it interior walls. Let's draw a rectangle. Again, I'm starting with eyeballing and we're gonna refine it, rotating it, scaling it in one dimension. Seems to be fairly accurate. And scaling it again. So it comes all the way to here. So let's make this guy first. This is just a reference kind of line. We can make another one actually. Let's do it this way for this guy. Yep, okay. Seems to be accurate. Let's try it here. I'm gonna do copy command to bring it to here. We know the thickness of our wall, so I do not have to draw it again. Okay, that one seems to be correct. We just need a couple of things here. Okay, let's explode this rectangle that we have, deselect this. We don't need that one. I need this one. I need to offset it to 0.2 to make the thickness of this wall. It is slightly off. Let's make it more accurate. I'm gonna move it to right to make it okay. This is better. So we want you guys to go with the same kind of dimension. It seems to be slightly off, but it is still better than what you can see in your plan. So, and it makes more sense to have the same thickness for every wall. So let's offset this one as well and make it 0.2. I'm not gonna type 0.2 because I already typed, and I'm gonna select all of these guys, hit trim, and I need to rescale all of these small lines that we made before. So I'm gonna scale, type scale 1D, scale it up to meet these lines, and that line seems to be accurate. I need to trim these lines, select it, offset it again. Okay, seems to be correct. Okay, so let's draw the rest of the lines. Let's select this guy, hit this, perpendicular is activated. To make sure that it is at the same distance, I'm gonna offset it again. Same approach. So offset it again. This thickness seems to be half, so I'm gonna just select this guy, offset it this way, but 0.1 this time. You see it lands where it needs to be, and I'm gonna Control C, Control V this line again. and move it to here, offset it. We have to trim all of these lines after this. This seems to be 0.15. Okay, that's good enough. And here, now we made almost everything that we want for data space. Let's do it, offset it again for this guy. So it is 0.1, and to just make sure that this line is clean as well, I'm gonna draw it like this, move it 0.1 in this direction, drop it. Okay, now we have to trim it. I'm gonna type trim. We don't need those lines, right? Okay, this line. We need to draw a line here. Okay, now I'm gonna select it and trim again. So we didn't need these lines. Okay, and we need a line there. I should have done it before that. Type trim again, get rid of that line, get rid of these lines. I need to go a couple of steps back because I'm missing these lines. You see, this might happen to you guys as well. So whenever you see that you made a mistake, you just can use Ctrl Z to move a couple of steps back and fix the problem that you can see, like this guy. I need to make it accurate for this guy. So I'm gonna type, draw a line here, select it, move it in this direction, and type 0.1 actually makes more sense. Okay, yeah, there. Now I'm gonna select them again, and you see I accidentally deleted this line which I need, so I'm gonna offset it again, this line, and type 0.2. Okay, it is where I need it. Select this line, type extend command, well, extend command keeps selecting this line which I don't want. I'm gonna trim it at here. No, it's not meeting there, so I have to clean it up. Okay, let's extend it again. This line I want to extend, and hit there, cancel the command, select everything again, type trim, get rid of the lines that we don't want. To make it a solid wall, we need to trim it like this. Now I'm gonna actually get rid of these lines and draw it again, it doesn't matter. Okay, it was for the sake of the example. So if I click join now, I should have a closed curve. And you know what, why we did this? Let's zoom in. This is why we did this way, so we can extrude it later and make our walls out of it. So we need to do it for the whole excuse me, we need to do it for the whole plan, and we're gonna do the same strategy for the whole thing. I'm gonna speed it up from this point on, but this is basically the same strategy. At this point we're just going to draw all of the lines, and you see if this is off, I'm gonna show you how to make it correct. Don't worry about it. Yours might be the same, have the same problem, but there's no worry. Okay, let's keep doing what we were doing.